I was wondering if we can start with topic number one, which is you and your business and your career. So I don't know if you want to share with us a little bit about you and also what's new.
Awesome, cool, and thanks for the intro. So I have, let's say, or I joined the IT industry many years ago when I started actually my studies, be it economic and computer science, and I worked for HP in smaller companies before I then decided to move on because I decided that my diploma was not bringing me to the level that I wanted. So I started doing a master in computer science and international management afterwards, switching over to Telecom Group, which is a large telecommunication provider in the US, but also in the European hemisphere. And after that, 13 years in different management positions, mainly working also international areas, I decided that it's now time to make a fundamental change, right? Working 13 years for one company, being, let's say, moved on different roles, positions, different geographies, but also different businesses. I thought it's now a good tipping point for a change. I switched over for a very large, actually the largest project at Capgemini, which was the Bayer transformation. Bayer is a large pharmaceutical brand based in Germany, which I did for quite a while, but decided and it then or I encountered literally that it's the same of the same. It's just another color, so meaning another brand. But I really wanted to have something different, so I started working in a startup which I already invested in order to help the startup transforming its sales organization and its procedures and its approach to the market, which was two years exercise before I then said, well, this was fun, but it was a very now it's now a running system, and now for me it was time to move on to my current actually gig, which is I work now for a large European IT security provider. So we provide security services for large corporations, public companies, and that's a very interesting business to be in. But when you started the podcast, I wanted to elaborate a little bit into the different perspectives that you started. And it was one of the reasons you mentioned why you started the podcast, right? You say you want to understand and better bring in this different perspectives, right? Being a manager, being a stakeholder, or being investor, being a business owner. And I had the big privilege to have different roles and different positions, even being at the same company. So at the startup, for example, I have been investor, a business
Mhm.
angel, and manager at the same time. And I find, as you mentioned as well, it very interesting what drives that perspective and which angles and which, let's say, also needs do you have as a stakeholder, right? There's a good reason why you have stakeholder management in companies, and big companies at least, institutionalized. So it's always interesting also to reflect on your own perspective. What you bring to the table, but also to see what is the other bringing to the table and how you can bring both parties together to join and have maybe a party, let's say, or have fun. And that is a little bit about me and my story so far. So yeah, a very interesting journey so far with a lot of nice people that I have the privilege and honor to have met. And I can tell you that still these 2 days, or still today, I have, let's say, connections to the original companies that I've worked for, and we from time to time, not regularly, but from time to time, we meet, try to meet, or at least have a call, which makes it so a wonderful journey, having the privilege to meet so perfect and nice persons on that journey.